Hey, we've been mooch docking here at my in-laws house for 154 and a half days. We've just had a lot of problems in getting our addition complete. We can't even imagine having been here this long. I've turned from an in-law to an outlaw, and we've just had all kinds of problems, from supply chain to weather to labor problems to permit problems to design problems. What we need is some help with some mooch docking tips, your best mooch docking tips. If you'd put those in the comments, we'd love it. Also, if you would like and subscribe, that would just be awesome.
When we realized that this was really happening, we were going to sell our house and build an addition and live on my parents' property while it was being built, we had to make a lot of preparations, and I of course did absolutely none of those when it came to the trailer. My genius husband did.
Yeah, self-proclaimed genius.
Yeah, so yeah. I'm going to ask him. The first thing that I was worried about was power. So what did you do about power?
Well, you know, power is a big deal, particularly when you move in August. It was really, really hot.
100 degrees, yeah.
100 degrees, and so we were worried that our 13.5 air conditioner would not run with a 15 amp circuit. So we found out we had access to a 20 amp circuit, and I read a lot of places that it would work fine on that, but I didn't believe it until it actually did, and we really didn't have a whole lot of problems. Now, come to find out, this 20 amp circuit, there's some stuff on it in the house. As long as we didn't run that and run something else, it worked just fine, and we got through the hot summer. And now we're able to, run a space heater and things like that as well.
Okay, so you kind of took over. Did we have any problems with the power at all?
Yeah, I think it's only kicked out one time when we were in the coffee maker and the space heater at the same time.
Yeah,
right. And then sometimes the inside would kick out, the breaker would kick out because there's something else running into that 20 amp circuit we really didn't know about at the time.
Yeah, so we just have to come in the summer. We'd have to turn off the air conditioner. It was a small appliance. And now we have to come in and turn off the space heater, or else you can't. And we just happen to use it a lot. Okay. So you mentioned watts, and we knew 12.
My wife's an English teacher. She's really good at this language stuff.
Yes, I am. Mentioned wattage and watts. How do you keep track of how many watts or amps? Or I also know about science.
Yeah.
So
she's a science teacher too. Yeah.
How do you keep track of what we're using and how much is too much?
Well, we got the Power Watchdog surge protector, and it has an app on your phone, and you can kind of keep up with how much power you're drawing, how many kilowatt hours you're drawing, and also at any given point you kind of know, if you look down at it, you can kind of tell how many amps you're drawing. So I don't really understand all that either, to be honest.
Yes,
I'm a history teacher. I'm not a genius science teacher like she is, but anyway, it works pretty well, and we'll link some pictures of that so you can see it.
Okay, so my next question is about water. Now, we do not use our shower here because it's not a very good shower, and it would fill our tanks like in a day and a half. So that's not as big of an issue, but we still need to have running water.
Yeah.
So what did you do to help us?
Well, really not a whole lot. We're parked in an ideal location next to the house. There's a water spigot just real close to us.
We're looking right out the window at
the
water spigot.
Yeah, it's right out there. But right now it's covered up because it's gotten down to 16 out here recently, and so we've gone to using just the freshwater tank. So we fill the freshwater tank and pump out of that. And then it got so cold that we decided we didn't want to do that. We blew all that out, got it all empty of water so it wouldn't freeze, and so we don't have any running water in here right now. But we can go back pretty easily. We can de-winterize, if you will, and go back pretty easily.
That's my next question. We had this whole issue. How did you decide it was cold enough or too cold that we had to do something?
Well, we still really don't know, what's too cold and what's cold enough. But we asked some folks out on Facebook and different groups and so forth, and they said as long as it, stays above freezing, it doesn't go above freezing for a couple of days, and you're keeping it warm inside, you should be okay. Well, it was getting down to 16 one night, and it was going to be about 30 the next day, so I got a little worried. So
2 or 3 days in a row, right?
Yeah, and so what I did was I got one of those. We have a compressor, and we put it on 20 psi, and we blew out all the lines, emptied out all the tanks except for the black tank, and we just had just a little bit in the black tank. And so we poured a little bit of antifreeze down the lines. We didn't pump it through the entire system, but we poured a little bit. We kind of did what they call the compressed air method of winterizing. And so far, so good. hopefully everything works out there.
Yeah, when it gets to be regular weather.
Regular weather,
hopefully nothing's
and,
broken. Right?
hopefully nothing's broken. Yeah, I don't think it is. I think everything's fine.
Okay, so big issue that we have that is the black tank. The gray tanks, yes, but especially the black tank. How do we handle that? Mooch-docking at my
Well,
parents' house?
fortunately, Melanie's dad, some time ago when they were renovating the house when they first moved in, he had a sewer clean out put in the house, and while it's not right next to us where we can use it all the time, it's just around the corner, and so we hook the truck. Periodically we hook the truck up to the trailer, pull it around in a big circle and go through and dump the black water and the gray water and flush it all out, get it all good and clean, and then we come back and repeat the process again in a few days or a few weeks or whatever.
Did we have any problems?
We didn't have a whole lot of problems. It is a little bit uphill from where we have to park the trailer, so that gives it a little bit of problem. It's hard to, that stuff doesn't roll uphill, so to speak, and we really do that stuff in house anyway. Yeah. But even the liquid obviously doesn't roll uphill very well.
We have a no number 2 rule, and I think it's only been violated like once
or twice. Yeah. So anyway,
because it was an emergency.
And then we got the sidewinder thing. So we'll show you some pictures of it as well. And it kind of generally gets it downhill, and then we just got to pick the hose up and let it go down. You'll see maybe some pictures of that as well. But anyway, not a big problem. It's been a pretty good solution for us. It's been a lot of time, but for the most part, it's worked well.
Okay, I have one last question, and you don't know what it is. I haven't prepared you. And it's
Wait, this is not fair.
It's not fair. It's really a 2-part question.
You're not going to ask about number 2, are you?
No,
Okay.
not number 2. So number 1, how has it been with you and me, the two of us, in this close quarters for this long? Because we are used to living in a house. And would you do it again?
Oh, in a heartbeat. It's been awesome.
No, seriously.
No, well, it's been pretty good. For the most part, we just sleep here. We're not out here all the time. We try to stay out here sometimes a little bit on Saturdays because
I like our Saturdays. It's fun.
So we kind of get away from that. But we've been pretty much
to give our parents their space.
Yeah, we've been pretty much staying in the house so I don't become too much of an outlaw. And my daughter's living in there already, so I have to deal with her. She's 30 something, and anyway, and she works as well, has gone some, and so I'll do it again. It's kind of hard to go camping when you live in it all the time at home, and so we've not been we haven't been camping hardly at all since the summer. We went once for some RV warranty work and stayed a couple of days, and we'll link that video for you to see. But anyway, we just hadn't been camping. We want to go camping. We wanted to go, and
there's
you can kind of see it's the weather. It's supposed to snow today, and
so we had plans to go this weekend.
Anyway,
we didn't.
But yeah, I'd do it again. It's been good.
So you're not going to leave me or anything?
No, no. She could trade me in on a better model. I couldn't get a better model.
Okay.
Hey, since you've been asking all the questions, I'm gonna ask a couple questions. All right?
Okay.
Yeah, she's a little weirded out about that. She's afraid, and I haven't really prepared her a whole lot. What's your favorite thing about the mooch-docking experience, and maybe your least favorite thing?
I already asked that question. Okay. To you, I mean.
Well, yeah, but I haven't asked it to you.
Okay. My favorite thing is the fact that I feel like we spent more time together, because when we're in a house, I would always go up the stairs to go to bed about an hour early, and now we don't do that. Now we kind of go at the same time, and there was more room to spread out.
Yeah, she does her best to get away from me.
No, I
don't blame her.
I have some introvert in me, so sometimes I need to get away. It's been a little bit harder to do that, but I just feel like we have spent a lot more time together. We're not doing the same things we did before when we had a house, but we are together a lot.
Yeah, we miss our Apple TV.
Yeah, we always used to chill out at the end.
I guess we could put it in here. We just haven't yet.
We just haven't, yeah.
What about
my least favorite is I end up going from the trailer to the house probably 10 times in the morning and 10 times in the evening, because there's not enough room in here for all of our clothes. I mean, we're still working full time. We've had to go from hot season to cold season, so you always need something. We shower in the house. I wash all of our dishes in there, because right now our water situation is, not the best. So I don't like that, except for I do get a lot of steps. Because sometimes I'll get like...
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
so
there's a positive.
there is
in
a
that.
positive to every non-positive thing. But
Yeah.
that's my least favorite.
I have one more
Sometimes-
question. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready to go full time?
I'm glad you asked me, because I really would love to go full time. I think now that we've had this that I could do it, but I'm not ready to.
Could you do it in this trailer?
No, I'd much rather have a bigger trailer. That's another of my least favorite things is there's no counter space in our Pod 192. So you always end up using the bed, you use the table. We let this table get cluttered all the time. We just do.
Okay.
So I'd like a bigger one, but I think, and it scares me because we're not ready to retire. I mean, we could.
Well, maybe not way too far off, but
Yeah,
a little
so,
bit. So anyway.
Yeah, but I think I much more confidently would say yes now after our experience.
Yeah.
So, okay. Any more questions?
If
Ask
you
us in the comments.
Yeah, ask in the comments if
Yeah.
you've got any questions
Please.
to add to this rambling
Yeah.
deal. So hopefully you've enjoyed it.
Okay, here's something new since our last video update. We have a door between the two houses. We have no doorknob here yet, but you can open it. There's drywall. We just have to paint, and we can come on in. And something else new is lights. We have some lights.
Let there be light.
Yes, we've got canned lights in this portion. It is really cold in here right now, but we have heat and air and a thermostat. There's a thermostat, it's 58 degrees. See?
Behind the old thing, and we're going to just turn it
Yeah,
up
this is the
a little bit, let it run a little bit.
And I think in our last update, we did have doors. We didn't have knobs. We now have knobs.
We didn't have drywall.
We did not have drywall, and the floor wasn't finished. There was some pipe that was up here, so they've actually taken the pipe out and got the whole floor down. You can see we do have some leaking problems, but they still haven't. I don't know. It's the construction, the way the roof was cut, so I'm not sure how that's going to get fixed. Okay, and lastly, we have kitchen cabinets. They're not all put together. They came in boxes, but there's some of them put together, and they're really pretty. Yeah, they're really heavy duty, nice. Anyway, anything you would like to say?
Sure, I'll say all kinds of things.
Okay.
As she said, we do have HVAC now, and we've had this the temperature up here. I've had it up to like 66 or so it's working really good. So that's good. And over here, you'll notice that we said we didn't have a lock while ago on the door. It's right here. We just hadn't put it in yet.
Okay.
We may take that on
Okay.
tomorrow or Monday ourselves and put that in. That way it just makes it easier to go in and out. And really there's nothing else been done to the other parts of the house yet. You can see there's some extra drywall here. That's got to go away. There's still some leaking issues, but those should be easy to take care of. And the flooring's supposed to come in next week. So flooring and cabinets, man, we're a long way towards done when we get there.
I have a question. Did they order enough cabinets for the bathroom?
I don't know. That may be what these are over here.
Oh, okay. We have no bathroom
So
cabinets.
I'm not really sure. There's no bathroom cabinets or fixtures yet, but
Yeah.
we think that's
Or
something
toilet.
they could
Yeah.
do.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Thanks for coming along.
Okay, if you had asked me before this 154 and a half days if I could make it this long, I would say no. And we probably would have never been on this adventure. So I have to say now that we've made it through, I am so glad that we're doing this. It's going to help my parents. It's going to help us. We've got an experience that we've never had before. So we have a lot of extra knowledge. And even though we've had lots of different problems, it's really been great. And the good so much outweighs any kind of frustrations we've had. Thanks for watching our video. We love you.